What's good, fam? We back. And boy, y'all talk about I was running trying to get over here to y'all, man. See me up here, a little perspiration on my forehead. I had to grab a towel. Because, man, I ain't seen y'all. It feel like weeks. It actually has been weeks. I'm sorry. I'm telling y'all now, I apologize. I actually already apologized to a bunch of fam in the comments. When I unplug, fam, I unplugged. Your boy took a break. I unplugged. I didn't look at nothing, no YouTube. I didn't look at no comments. I wasn't even thinking about live. I'm talking about I was relaxing. Because that's what I do. Your boy likes to relax. And now we back. Y'all already know, some of y'all fam. Y'all seen the videos dropping. And hold on. Excuse me. Yeah, boy, I told you it's real time over here, man. I'm talking about I must be allergic to success. Be having me with the sniffles. But man, I'm trying to calm down because I've been ripping and running. I'm sorry, mama wouldn't let me come outside and play with y'all this weekend. What happened was, I don't even know if she put the video out yet or she's still working on it. What happened was, we got the kid, we got a pool for the family. And let me just say, I couldn't go outside till I got that pool back up. It's up. It's actually filling up now. That water bill finna be high. I need to go get a load just to pay for the water bill. Because that pool has been filling up since yesterday. But oh well. I'm not complaining. That's why I've been sweating, been ripping and running. But we here, fam. Look who we already got, fam, timing in. What's going on? Bless you too, fam. Bless you too. Talking about Grind TV. But we'll get to that in a minute. We had a couple of fam make some comments, and they was good comments, great comments, because I like talking to y'all. But it was all circled around the same kind of thing, like kind of, is it worth it? Like, is it worth it to get into this game? Transportation, whether it be cargo van, box truck, big rigs, but specifically us, because you know we drive that cargo van, the spreader. For us, the Ram, old Chip, is it worth it? Matter of fact, before I can even get in here, one of the family members that was mentioning, we got to say what's up to the Quicks. I missed the fam too, man. We see y'all in the house. They were one of the fam that even brought this subject up about, is it worth it? And I want to talk to y'all tonight about, is this game worth it? Now, matter of fact, you know me. Y'all know, your boy BG. I like to tell y'all why I do what I do so it'll make more sense. I'm going to speed through this, so keep up with your boy. Now, let's go back to the 90s real quick. Me and my homeboys, we played basketball. We was decent enough. We was good enough. He was way better than me, but we were good enough. We got to college. He went to one college in Missouri. I went to college in Dallas. And I had one of them coaches, great coach. He had a twin brother. They played at the same college together that I went to, and they both ended up playing overseas. So they made a bunch of connections, relationships, networks. That's what I tell you. To the point where if you was decent enough, good enough, they can get you overseas to get you some trials. So, to see if you can make an overseas team. Had a few guys try it out, but you got to think this is late 99, going into the early 2000s. We were still new to this going overseas thing. We wouldn't known that like that in America. Again, this is before social media. I'm telling my age. We didn't have all the social media to even know what's going on overseas. You wanted to go overseas and call somebody who's doing collect calls. You have a collect call from, Mommy, it's me. Pick up the phone. Think about that for a minute. And so he went overseas. Some things that happened in my past. Remember, I told you I'm too blessed to be stressed, and this is one of them situations. In Texas, they have a law, even though I ain't going down the details of it. You can be an accessory to a crime. So I let somebody use my car, but because I gave them my car keys, which my daddy told me never let nobody drive your car, they did some things they shouldn't have done, and says I gave them the keys, made me an accessory. Neither here nor there, not mad at it. Can't go back and change time. I don't even think I try to go back. And so because of that, I was kicked out of college. Now, I could have stayed and been sad at myself, been down on my hopes, but I had a dad that was on my back. Go to the military. This your best mate. All that story, real fast forward to now. Went to the military, retired. Life is amazing. It's good. To the point where my family and we're not worried about our needs. I know people would be like, you don't want to worry about your wants. Wants can come a dime a dozen. You can get what you want and continue to want more and more and more. It's a never-ending story. But as long as your needs are met, then you go after the wants. My family, we have no need for nothing. We are blessed. So that allows us to get into this cargo van game. And so when you ask if it's worth it, when we talk about business, whatever it is, 9 to 5, chasing that degree, starting the band business like we are in, if you say, is it worth it? I'm always going to tell you yes. Because if I go back to when I got kicked out of college because of that accessory thing, if I don't have that happen and I end up overseas, I don't get to the point where me and my family have our needs covered. We could possibly win. It just would have been a different trajectory. I don't have those needs covered for my family, so we have no worries. We don't get to, one, start a van business, and two, I never get to meet y'all and become fan with y'all. So if it works, is it worth it to me? Yes, the whole trajectory of my life. Now, think about that when you say, is the van business worth it? Is it worth it to get in this transportation game? What's your other option? I'm gonna leave that question when I say what's your other option, as we say what's up to the fam. I'm gonna come back. I want you to think about that. What's your other option? Because the fam probably already in the comments already chatting it up. So let me holler at them right quick, and then I'm gonna come back and go and elaborate on that. What's your other option? Let's see. We already know the quicks in here. They in this thing. Yeah, we live, fam. I see Gus up in this thing. Hey Terry, what's going on? Let's go, my guy, and Jermaine. We in this, we rolling deep, and I see y'all still coming in. So when I say what's your other option, when we talk, because every time we talk transportation, be like, the rates are bad, which I'm not denying that. They look similar to they did before pandemic, but we've already covered that in videos. Could they be better? Yes, we always want more. Who doesn't want more? The brokers are trying to take all the money. We've talked about the 2/3 thing, 1/3 thing a couple of videos ago. So we're not going to harp on that. New fam, if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is why I say you need to rock with us, because some of the stuff I'm going to skim over because we discussed it either last video, a couple of videos back, and I can't put day ones back through that again. So when I say the brokers, the shippers, the receivers, the gas, the maintenance, is it all worth it? What else is your other option? Now let's break this down. The same way I told you I got kicked out of college. Now, don't get me wrong. Y'all don't know my mama. Y'all don't. Felicia, and then you got Billy Senior on my back. And then y'all definitely ain't met my wife, because she'll push you to do some things that you didn't feel like doing, but you're going to do. So the degrees have been got. Don't worry about that. But if I would have stayed in college and finished like other people did, what's that other thing? People have gotten degrees, and what do? They go to their 9 to 5, or it be whatever that prospective career path they're on. And you can ask them, was it worth it? Was it worth it to become a doctor? Was it worth it to become a lawyer? Was it worth it to become a financial advisor? Was it worth it to become, insert your passion or purpose or whatever it is? Was it worth it? And they most likely are going to tell you yes. Now, when you start breaking down, when we get into the bigger leagues of things, we can look at big companies like, say, Amazon. They're out there. Oh, Jeff is out there making money. But then you could ask the employees that are making $20 an hour, $40 an hour, $50 an hour, some that are making the 6 figures and up. Is it worth it? Because his money look a lot different. But y'all don't hear y'all comparing Jeff to the shippers and the brokers and the receivers and the big companies. No, I still see people out there talking about, I'm finna start a t-shirt business. I'm finna start doing a lash tech. I'm finna become a barber. You see what I'm saying? So when you start comparing what fields you're in to the people that are at the top, yes, I can say, is it worth it for little old me and Chip to run around here and start a van? Is it worth it to y'all when y'all watching these videos and say y'all want to start a business, but y'all are too busy looking at the trucks that say Swift? You're looking at the trucks that say Nike. You're looking at J.B. Hunt, but nobody questions when J.B. Hunt started with that one truck with his family and his wife was handling the paperwork, old school log way. Nah, I know how they got all the trucks with taking freight and getting freight and growing and all that. We're not going down that path. But somebody out there was J.B. Hunt. For right now, we talk about, I just mentioned their name earlier. It's just, let's use the Quicks, because that's fam right there. All y'all fam, let's use them. We talking about J.B. Hunt. Who's to say what 20 years from now we'd be like, oh, that's Quick Route right there, driving down the street, because the Quicks have already taken over the upper Midwest and they got 100 vans running all over the place from Illinois to Kentucky to Michigan, and you're going to look and say, is it worth it because you just not starting? Things look a real small when you think you at the bottom, and I keep telling y'all already, while you're thinking you're at the bottom saying, should I start? You're already blessed enough to get to ask the question of, should I start? It's somebody right now, how I just said, me and my family, our needs good. We're talking about, should we start a business? When there's people out there right now just trying to get a job, they don't care if it's McDonald's. They don't care if it's Burger King. They don't care if they just get approved to do a gig app so they can do DoorDash. You're already in a position to say, is it worth it? So that tells me if you're asking if it's worth it, you've already transcended where some people are. I'm going to give y'all a little second, because, boy, I get to preaching on y'all. Let's go holler at the fam, because they pouring in and they talking in these comments over here. Okay. Been working with Carrots, thinking of going on my own. Is it worth it? You know my answer. You know my answer, but I don't know your situation. You know your situation. We've talked about, remember I told you, we've already covered the foundation. We've been covering that the past few months and all that. Now we on the framework. But no, let's keep going. Ooh, y'all fam is in here getting it. Let's see. Hey, y'all see it. We hollering at fams. Matter of fact, Terry, that's your TikTok right there. Let me go ahead. I ain't even finna hold you up because I'm finna show you. We show love over here, fam. We show love. I'm going right now because you said it. The transporter. We finna get this thing out the way. We not even gonna wait because I don't even want to forget. There you go, right there. Bam. Follow. Got you covered, Terry. You followed, fam. Y'all got you covered. Now, y'all know me. I'm going to holler at the fam. I'm going to shout out the fam all day long. Matter of fact, because I know how y'all work, because y'all asked me if it's worth it. And I just followed you, Terry, so we in the game. You asked me if it's worth it. It's worth it when I pulled up to the airport months ago and I met Felicia. If you're in the chat, Felicia, I appreciate your love and support, too. I appreciate all the fam. I appreciate it if it's worth it, when fam saying, hey, I'm at Buc-ee's. I appreciate it when I see somebody fighting traffic and I wave them up like this, say, come on, man, you can get in front of me. Especially I saw it was a cargo van just to get up and find out I'm chunking the deuce, because we're in Houston, baby. We're in Houston. Chunk throwing up the deuce. I would have reached out the window and gave him some dab, but he was exiting. But it's good because I saw fam. Oh, I know some of y'all skimmed past it last video. I know y'all did, because I can see, hey, it shows the average. I know day one fans, y'all watch it all the way through. But it's worth it when you get to rolling down the turnpike in Oklahoma and your boy Derek see you and wave you down and you can holler at him. I put him in the video. Some of y'all fast forward because y'all be thinking, oh, it's the driving section. Let me fast forward to the end and let BG give the nuggets. And you missed the middle part when me and Derek chopped it up on the side of the highway on the turnpike. So is it worth it? Yes. It's always worth it, fam. But you don't know that if you don't. Day ones, if you knew, I'm telling you, you missing out. We've been having a blast over here. Let's see what y'all over here talking about, because y'all is in here live going at it. Lay Jay, you know I always got love for you, fam. You know I'm gonna be your test dummy. You know why? Because there was times when somebody was my test dummy. So Jay said he was in Kelly last week. I told you that. $5.99 a gallon. I said, I see why he is not interested in coming back. But I live out here. I'll take that you or him. Because you know I got older kids, young early 20s. And I'm him. If you say I'm him, I appreciate you, Jay. Because man, I told you so. When I told you about that CPM, it don't work for me because I built my CPM around the average of $3 a gallon. As you just saw with Jay, $5.99. I can't do it again. But yeah, like you said, I'm gonna say it again. Hold on, let me say it like this and then come back in. Quick route. We have over 100 vans nationwide, and we're here to get your stuff to you. Cargo, freight, anything, the quickest way possible. The quick way. I like that. You're gonna have y'all coming with all these vans, and I can't wait to you and the husband and wife. I don't know which one talking. One of y'all talking. Y'all both sitting there. I know, but whoever doing the typing, I can't wait to see it. What's up, Rich, in the dang on building? I see you, fam. What's going on? I'm talking to V, y'all. I'm talking to V. Let's see. Okay. I'm catching up because y'all is in here. Look at that. Terry, you already getting the follows coming in. That's how family work, Terry. This how family work. Let's see. Y'all is here talking to each other. Okay, keep talking. Y'all, I'm not gonna waste your time because they not even talking to me. They just showing the love, and I love it. Somebody, because we already Jay, we want to know how y'all liking Fox. Because we have fam that be asking about carrier companies, and y'all know your boy ain't done carrier companies. That's why I try to put it up here like this. Because even though it might look like I'm doing the talking, y'all in here having an amazing time. And I want to make sure the people that don't get to see the comments, because I also found out that little hack on YouTube. Like if you ain't got the Prime YouTube membership and all that, the membership and all that, you don't get the comments to come back up. Let's see. But yeah, y'all keep on talking. We're gonna keep going about is it worth it? Because you just see, like Jay just said, he saw why it wasn't worth it for me to go out to Cali. But he lives out there. So when he's out there building his CPM and everything, he's building it around that. Now, when you think about if it's worth it, it all boils down to what are you trying to do? Because you can do this game any kind of way. I know a lot of people do gig apps. There's nothing wrong with that because you can network and you can build on top of the gig apps. I just don't want y'all to get confused. You can't take the gig app customers just by saying you're going to take over the gig app. Now, don't get me wrong. If you got the people that you know to become the gig app, that's totally different. But to go say I'm just going to hop on DoorDash gig app or something like that, or VHO or Amazon Flex and be like, I'm finna take all they did. That's not technically how it works. So you network and all that stuff. But you can build off of this, but you have to make it worth it for you. That's the reason we talk the way we talk over here, because the reason I don't put certain numbers, for example, the reason I don't throw hotels at y'all like that. I'll throw them here and there because some fan be like, hey, what hotel was you at there? Ask me and all that. But the reason I don't say that is because some people starting out, and we've met them too, fam. I know some people starting out, they can stay in the hotel. Some people starting out, they got to stay in the van. Some people start out, they stay on the hotels just on the weekend and stay in the van during the week because of how they move. It's different for everybody, but it has to be worth it for you. And I see that's what made us start this journey, because there's no one size fit all in this game. So you have to collect as much research and information as you can and put it together so it's worth it to you. That's why I'm not one of those people like I'm finna be like, man, y'all better not be over there watching other YouTubers. No, pick up something from everybody, put it together. And if it works, that's what makes it worth it for you. And when you think about it's worth it, I want you to think, because I always tell, because it's easy to get, because that like blinders, like a horse blinders with a horse race, we racing on a race. It's really a marathon, but people think they're in a race and they got blinders on, so they can't see nothing going around them, so they don't look at things from the big picture. So let's go back, because you can say, is it worth it? Say you're a parent. You know it's going to be hard times, good times, raising your kid. Is your kid not worth it? You're going to be like, yes, my kid, I love my baby. I love my girl. I love my boy. I love my kids. You're going to make sacrifices, aren't you, to make sure your kids have the best life. Well, this business is your new baby. Is it worth it? It's only going to be worth whatever effort and time you put into it. Now, I know we talk about carrier companies. I know we talk about dispatchers. I know we talk about low boards. And I know people be like, oh, I can't find a no, and I'm the race. I'm going to share everything I learn and know. And the reason I do that is because it's not that you have to use what I'm telling you for one particular thing. You can use it. What I'm saying about DAT low board, use it on another low board. If that doesn't work, use that when you talk to carriers. And okay, we got family that's in our fam that run non-exclusive, because you know how everybody's like 70 cents, 80 cents. We literally have fam that's in our fam that's running non-exclusive right now, averaging about $1.20 a mile. They started out averaging about $1.08. Now they averaging about $1.20 a mile. I told y'all better start looking at these comments because they take. We all talk. Don't just look when you make a comment. Look when you see a video. Just read some of the comments. If you first, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to come back and read the comments because some of y'all, I see y'all be the first one on the video, but you have to go back and read the comments. But it's out there working. And a matter of fact, that fam is out there on the East Coast. Where is he at? No. I take that back. He's down and coming out of Alabama. Averaging about $20 a mile, but the company he works with, I think, is out of North Carolina. I wish I were. Precise Transportation, yeah. Boy, I swear, y'all, let me get back to these comments right quick, because y'all probably already talking about what I'm saying. Okay. Somebody said, because they talking about Fox Carriers. I told you I'm going to put it up for y'all, fam. I got to get back. I got to knock the rust off. With Fox Carriers, you always want to check the load board. I've seen the same load 1,500, but then they try to get it and you run it for 9 or a band. Yeah, that happens. That's that 2/3. So remember when I told y'all about the 2/3? That 2/3 incorporated the broker in you. You got to also, because I told you, take what I'm telling y'all, use other people for advice, and then add on to that. So I'm telling y'all that 2/3 method that I found out was me talking directly to brokers. When you, like in this case, you add a broker or a carrier that's working on your behalf, they need a piece of the pie too. So they gonna change the numbers. Like if you say you want $1, they might go and bid $1.10, or they might be new and be like, I can only get $1, so you only get 90 cents. Different carriers, different brokers. We know the saying, different strokes for different folks. They telling y'all now. Matter of fact, I didn't know you was in here, fam. Why you didn't say nothing? Maybe you did say hi and I missed it. What's up, G? Everybody looking to Price Transportation. That's been doing good with them. I'm telling people that I'm telling the fam you in there and you already in the chat. Go ahead. I should have seen. See, this is why I got to stop and read the chat, because y'all be already in here and I be not missed it. Let's see. I don't know if y'all answered. I don't know if you answered yet. Maybe y'all did. I'm playing catch up. Until your authority is matured, what is the best way to make a living hauling freight, in your opinion, in the Houston area? In my opinion, until it's matured, that's what we was talking about now. Go get your carrier companies, non-exclusive, because if you run exclusive, that means your MC doesn't get to mature because you got to run under their insurance. So non-exclusive carriers. Brokers, get you some brokers, because even though your MC is new, some brokers have relationships that they built from doing brokers that they can help you out. I always suggest people add gig apps, because I can't speak for every area. I can only speak for the triangle. Some of the gig apps, and I've seen it happen. You can get a load that's in Houston that might go a gig app, like a GoShare or something like that. They might have a gig app that can run it up to Dallas, and they can get it for $1. I've seen some come out of San Antonio that go to Austin. You see what I'm saying? So get some of the gig apps. That's for us. Of course, not DoorDash. Nobody's finna DoorDash food from Houston to Dallas. If they are, but I'm just saying, like the GoShares. I don't know about Rody. I know Rody goes pretty far. I've seen Rody get all the way out from Houston out to College Station, because I guess that's the only place that person can find what they needed. But I've seen it go pretty far. I've even seen a roadie that went almost to San Antonio. So I always say supplement with gig apps until as it's maturing, and get you some carriers and some brokers. If y'all already answered, I'm just putting it up. This is for the people that's catching the live later on that ain't in the chat right now. Paul wants to know how long is the onboarding for Fox Carrier? If they say it in the comments, I'll let y'all know. Let's see. Thanks. Keep up the insight. They thank everybody, just thanking G for putting the information out about Precise Transportation. Don't worry, fam. I ain't gonna leave y'all out. I'm making sure y'all get it if y'all missed the comment. Just so it's out there. So Rich is saying how many load boards you have access to. Definitely get with me, my guy. So let y'all know. They basically say I'm on that. Let's see. Rich is answering, saying he only on that. He has said Robinson, TQL. Yeah. So what they're doing right now, I don't think I've ever told y'all that. So know how I told y'all, like when you're just coming out and you run with TQL, like TQL is one of them carriers that lets you come on as you like a new MC. Well, most of these brokers, the big ones, they have their own like load board. Don't get me wrong, they put the same loads across different load boards. Some might put them on Selected, some might put them on that one, some might put them on Trucker Tools, like depending on the different types of loads. They put them on other load boards as well, but they put them all on their load board. Like TQL, any TQL load, and you can filter it all the way down to Sprinter Van, but they put them all on their load board. Same with CR Robinson and all that. Most of the big ones have their own load board as well. When it's on the board for hire, but you may have a better chance of getting it from the dispatcher. Yeah, Jay, get in touch with them. That's a new one. TQL was asking for $2 million on insurance. That's a new one. Oh, Rich answered about the onboard. 15 minutes to onboard if you have your docs in order. Diligence is a local option for first starting out. That's because y'all was asking if you starting out. So if you're just starting out, you're trying to go, Diligent is the way to go. And as the quicks, I probably didn't tell y'all this, but on desktop, that one now has the SV, which is Sprinter Van option. I remember when I told y'all about the DAT load board, what I filter my phone down to, it had it in the phone, but it wasn't on the desktop option. So if you're able to say you're out and about, say somebody in your family dispatching for you, but they're doing it on a laptop, now it has the part for Sprinter Van, so you can have it on there. But they didn't have it on there at first. Appreciate y'all, Quicks, for reminding me of that and put that out there for the fam. So I know, Jay, did you watch the last two videos? I don't know. Did you watch the video when I was telling you about the different region? Because this is that video I was talking about. Like the name of the video was Meet Me in the Circle. And we kind of touched on this. I can't remember if Jay, if you watched it or not. He's talking about how hard it is getting out of Arizona for a mile. And he wants to just keep it moving. So remember when I was in El Paso, because I do market research. I told y'all already. I told y'all I was a test dummy. So I already hold on. I forgot. I didn't get no load today, but I'm still thirsty. I don't know why I do this. I'm a fool. Let me stop. So I went out to El Paso. I already knew this, fam. I already knew this. I already knew when I took that load out to El Paso to Fort Bliss. I knew that I most likely wasn't gonna get nothing out of there. Because the reason I say that, because I could have left El Paso, but I didn't want to go back towards the California, as Jay already made it previously known. I'm not going back over there playing the gas prices. No, I didn't want to go back over there. So there was a reason why I didn't go nowhere over there. I knew I probably was going to have to deadhead out of there. I had already made it up in my mind that if I didn't find it, I was just going to go to the house and start over, or at least start heading to Dallas. It always going to play off that time. But in that circle, Meet Me in the Circle video, that middle line that goes all the way up, this is what that Jay's talking about with that $1 a mile. So if you're on the East Coast side, I guess you could say, inside that circle, you're good. But for our fam that's out there in the Arizonas, the Nevadas, the California, they can run and they can get work, but it throws it off because it's kind of like how Florida is, and it throws me off. I don't even understand that one. They're still trying to present them with the $1 a mile, but it doesn't work. It's like 90 cents to $1, but it doesn't. It's harder because their CPM is going to be up because the gas prices out there is oof. Now, don't get me wrong. You can still find great loads out there. I have done it, but I didn't find them in enough volume to make it worth my while to go back out there. Because once you get out there, and I told you, I already know I'm going to be playing out there waiting for that one load, because you can play in that Nevada, Oregon, Washington, California, Arizona. You can play in that area all day long. But if you're not from over there, that means you'll never go home because it's going to be too far for you to deadhead home. If you're from Georgia, South Carolina, Michigan, Florida, any of them places, if you way out in Cali and Nevada, it ain't just easy to come home. I know I'm in the middle in Texas, and it's still no. And so you end up getting stuck out there. until that one load comes up that gets you back across those two parallel lines that I told you about. You can get from all around. You can play all the way up in Colorado, Utah, Salt Lake. You can get all them lows over there, and it'll run you around in that circle, but you just won't be able to get out until that one load brings you out. Now, if you stay over there, that's great. The only problem with it is I can't be your test dummy. You're going to have to be your own test dummy. You're going to have to figure out your own circle, your own triangle. Say it could be from Los Angeles up to Sacramento, over to Reno, down to Vegas, over to Phoenix, down to Tulsa, and back to Cali. It'll make like a weird, like triangle-ish circle thing. That might be yours. I don't know. I didn't stay over there long enough to find out because it wasn't worth it for me to. That's the whole point of this conversation tonight. Is it worth it? So if you're going to get in the game, you need to know that, start researching that area to know if that area is worth it for you. Now, if it isn't, then you can leave that area and get to the other side. You just got to realize you're going to play over there on the other side in the circle until you get ready to say, hey, I've been out here 2-3 weeks. Let me go home. You know why? Because to get over there to get from the circle or the East Coast, Midwest, however you want to put it, back to Cali, oh yeah, you can find a load going there. I see loads going there all the time. You can get back. But if you want to get in the game and make some money and find out if this side is working for you, then hey, get on over there, make your money, work 2-3 weeks. If you're doing OTR, if you're not, it's the only way you're going to do it is OTR. OTR, get on over there, do 2, 3, 4 weeks if you feel like it, if you're feeling froggy. Make your 8 to 10 bands gross and go on back to the house. Because I promise you, if you run around in that circle and you're doing OTR and you go and edit for 3 to 4 weeks, you're going to make 8 to 10 bands. If I can't, well, let me rephrase that because everybody's method is different. I'm trying to show y'all my method, but my method might necessarily not work for y'all. It might keep you moving. I try to explain it as much. That's why I always tell y'all if I'm missing something, let me know. But I know I'm not the only one doing it because it's fam out there doing it because they tell me about it. So I got to stick with it because they're doing their way. They're using my way, using their way. I'm using their way because they give me advice. So I'm sticking with that. 3 to 4 weeks out in that circle, you're going to make 8 to 10 bands. If you're not, we need to talk so we can get you there. Even if it ain't me, talk to the people in the comments. Fam in the comments. Let me see. Y'all in there talking now. I be missing y'all. Y'all be, look at that. Y'all, thanks to, okay. I see everybody following each other. Look at all that. Y'all going, nah, we following on everything. So when I tell y'all, give me y'all YouTube, you still get the TikToks and IGs. I see it. I just suck at replying to our own TikToks and IG because I be moving. I see YouTube and I'm talking to y'all. I told you we building one over here. Okay. Jay, if you come to Austin to go see Texas, remember that triangle. Now, don't get me wrong. If you already in the triangle, you borderline in the circle. So if you get to Austin, if you touch anywhere in Dallas or Houston, you just got yourself in the circle. So that circle is going to get you some money. Just saying. You get there, especially, I told y'all already, Dallas is first. If you get to Dallas, Dallas will run you all over the place. And then you in the circle. See, I told y'all, Cali like to run you up and down the coast. I told you, you're going to hang out over there if you get over there. I'm telling you, fam. Let's see. Jay talking about he like Cali, but it's too expensive. I told you, it's that dollar. They still want to stick with the same race. I don't know why, but hey, that's no different than when you're down in Florida and they like to keep you at 50 cents. Hey fam, y'all can answer this. So I've only had to deal with Selectus low bore like 2 or 3 times because that's when I was just getting started out and the dispatcher was helping. And like I remember one time I was in Phoenix, that load from Phoenix to Roswell, New Mexico, when I went up there to go see the aliens. The dispatcher got that because that's when I was learning that time zone thing. Like they're like 2 hours behind from over there, East Coast and all that. They had already got started with their day. And I was up, but I wasn't looking at the board. I was finna get breakfast and everything. They was like, are you ready to move? I'm like, they already got the loads? It's like, yeah. And they had the load before the place was even open. So yeah, I don't know too much about Selectus. I heard that it has more cargo van loads on it. If somebody in the fam know about it, help our fam out, Raphael, let them know. What you got? Hey man, hey fam, we'll see you later, man. You make sure you holler at us when you get back in. You know what I'm saying? Be safe out there. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Well, I can't say that because if I say don't do what I wouldn't do, that means you're open to do whatever you want to do and a little bit of everything. So be safe. Hey, they say the key to getting out of Arizona is to book load headed east to Texas, Missouri, Tennessee, and Georgia, or run west coast. Like I just said, you either gonna run all up there because you can get up to them places, Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, Oregon. You're gonna get all up in there. You're gonna play on. That's why I told you, Jay, if you ain't went back, go watch a video. I think you watched it. I can't remember. But if anybody that's new, fam, that's don't know what I'm talking about, watch the circle video and you'll see the two parallel lines and you'll see why I talk about that side. This way you play on the east, this side in the west. The piece in the middle is no man zone. And you ain't gonna find no work out of there except every blue moon. So don't even go out there unless you fat want to get stuck. I'm laughing. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna show y'all the comments. So Jay went to Montana and didn't find any loads out of there, but he's starting to get the hang of it. And once again, just want to show I can do the work and build trust. That's all it is, fam. When you start getting that, that's what's gonna happen. Got a deadhead down in Colorado. Yep, that's right. Where have you been at? Where have you been at? Me, I got a bone to pick with you. Now, I missed your post, about 6 days ago, I think it was. I missed it. I saw it on IG. But where you been at? I ain't seen you lately. Don't make me get all the way. If I got to come to Georgia and have a one-on-one with you, don't be disappointed. Now, I already apologized because I said it. I apologize. I went and I disconnected and I didn't tell nobody nothing. So just true, I'm gonna let you make it because you probably disconnected too. But matter of fact, that's a new rule. When one of us gonna disconnect, you gotta leave a comment under one of the videos and say that you ain't gonna be around for a while. Don't have us out here looking for you. Got us worried about to put an APB out on y'all and everything. You better tell somebody something. So Paul says he hears selective is expensive for a single operator. So I've heard that, and I've heard the other side. I've heard that select is you're able. I don't know how true this is. I'm just telling you from because I told you I'm nosy. I talked to a little bit of everybody. I've heard different people say that drive cargo vans, and I think I talked to 1 or 2 box trucks operators that had selectors. Yeah, and I know the 2 box truck, and I know the other people that basically said that they're able to negotiate with selectors on some of those prices. I don't know the exact type. The lowest that I've seen on the price that somebody told me was like something like $150 a month, $120. It was like, I think that was the lowest I seen. Well, I guess not, because one did say that he paid $750 for the year, so that makes it cheaper than something a month. But I don't know. You got to talk to them because apparently they do some type of negotiating. I heard many different people say they're gonna negotiate, that they have negotiated and found some. But again, all this comes back down. We talk about selectors. We talked about whether you want to run around Colorado, Montana, Arizona, California, and stay in that area where you got a deadhead to. If you want to get to the East Coast, all of this goes back to the same part of this conversation. Is it worth it for you? For me, it is. But that's one of them because this is just life in general. Your cost is supposed to be lower than what you're spending. If that makes sense. Like you can't say I'm bringing in $1,000 a month for my family, but your bills are $2,000. That just, it don't operate right. You need to flip it around. You need to bring in $2,000 and your bills are $1,000. That's how things are worth it for you. So when you ask me if it's worth it, I'm going to say, yeah, because I told you about the little thing with school. I told you about all that. But then my military career, I had certain things that I've learned. One of the biggest one was the biggest one is like a casualty of war. When you're in there in them simulations and you're talking, this is when you get up to the leadership area. Obviously, they didn't tell little young airman Graham nothing. But when you start getting in those leadership positions, senior leader positions, you get in rooms that you get to have these conversations and those casualties. Like, before we do anything, when they say like, what's the cost? They're not talking about price. It could be what's the percentage of civilian casualties? What's the percentage of us having problems? What losing equipment and assets? Like, because we consider everything an asset, from the vehicle to the human being, the person, the soldier is an asset. The asset could be the structures around. I don't know if y'all know, but like during war, like certain things like are off limits, but all of that is a cost. And in the military, before they do certain things, they had to make sure it was going to be more effective. Is the end result more effective than what it's going to cost? And we talk about that and we break it down all the time, whether it be $1 a mile, if I deadhead here, if you should dead there, was it worth it? So, for example, let's use the last video, one of the last loads. When I left El Paso and I went all the way to, where did I go? Garland. I went to Garland, which is Dallas, for y'all don't know, right outside of Dallas. Garland is right outside of Dallas, and it was a load that went up to Wichita, Kansas. Was it worth it? To some people, it'd be like, well, you drove the 600 some miles to get to Garland. Your house is about 700 to Houston. So the offset, because let's be honest, your boy is gonna get in the hotel. To drive there took less than $100 of gas. It was like it took 2 tanks because I filled up twice, but I really took like a tank and a half because I was able to get where I was going. Or I would have stayed in the hotel for another night. That would have been almost another $100 when you factor in hotel and the food. That would have took more money with no money coming in. I didn't have a for sure thing leaving out of El Paso like the next day. Or do I already, because I remember it was research purposes. I knew what I was doing because I'm your test dummy to let you know, hey, this is the line. We don't go past here. That was the whole reason for that, to give y'all that video because y'all asked about it. But to make it worth it, I had to get back. And so by getting back to Garland, not only did I get up and get the $500 load, then I was inside the circle. I was a little bit outside the circle, so I had to go 197 or something like that, 167 to get to Oklahoma City, or 195 or something like that to get over to Kansas City to get me back in the circle. But I found a load that was 226 miles away that got me back in the circle, that brought me a $400 load that came back down to Dallas. And if anybody knows me, and everybody that's in Texas, when you get inside that triangle, I'm sorry, if you're from Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, if you get anywhere inside that triangle, for us, that's home. That's like somebody saying that they're in it. They're, say, for example, somebody say they're from Savannah, Georgia. If you get to Atlanta, I'm sorry, you home. It ain't always going to drop you off right back at your house. It's a blessing when it does, because we've seen it happen. But if you get that close within that short less than, that's why we talk about deadhead. When you get to that level, it's worth it. That's why it's worth it for me to go to Dallas, because it's nothing. What is that worth it for you to do this business? But you got to know your area. That's why we talk about areas so much in the circle, because as you notice, I don't know if y'all seen it. I already knew this because I've talked to a bunch of the fam, but if y'all go back and with them videos, a lot of the fam was telling y'all, hey, stay in the circle. Hey, I'm in the circle. Hey, I'm in the circle. Well, hey, you are in the money. You where the money reside, where the money reside. You already there, fam. So now I got to ask you, because in my mind, if you reside in the circle where the money reside, it's already worth it. Now you have to ask yourself, matter of fact, that should be the question. It shouldn't be if it's worth it. The question should be, do you have what it takes? What's that new TikTok trend going around? What's that TikTok trend going around? They say they want to make the money. They say they're going out there to get it. They say they can drive and go after it. They say they want to build for their family. They say it ain't nothing, and they live in the circle, but they really not trying to get this money. Who said that? Who said that? You say you want it, fam. I know you have it in you. We already talked about it because you're blessed enough to already be this far. Most people ain't even got this far in their journey. Let me stop, because I get to going down these rabbit holes. Let me see what y'all over here talking about, fam. All right, just true. I'm going to hold you to that. The quick's already on it. Selectors may be pricey, but it's worth it for your business model. And me being the person I am, let's break that down. Say Selectors cost, just stick with me on this. We don't know. I don't know the exact price. Say it is $100 a month. I don't know. I'm just throwing that number out there. So that's $1,200 in a year. With that same selective board, if you're talking the way I'm thinking, you're going to make that $1,200 in your first 2 to 3 loads, maybe 4. Even if I just say $300 per load, 4 loads will get you $1,200. You just paid money for your selectors for the whole year. That's what I mean about thinking big picture. So the Quicks is right. You have to think of it as your business model. You're building a business. I don't see none of these other businesses that's walking around. We talk about they got the money, they making the billions and all this stuff and millions. They're not asking these questions. I want to make it to the circle and not park next to a box truck when sleeping in the van because they run idle all night long, and I respect it. So, Jay, I'm finna give you a couple of my tips and tricks because you don't actually always have to. Because we're in the van, man. Outside of the rest stops. Now, some of these times you got to ask because I have went in there and asked, but it's for safety purposes only. You can go I've been to some hotels that be like, just go in there, be like, hey, I'm just here. Couldn't stop at this truck stop. You mind if I just sit in my van? I'll park in the back corner. Can I sleep here a couple hours? I'll be out of here before morning, before everybody get to move around. Most of them going to say, yeah, because we're vans. We don't take up most spaces. I might have said hotel on that one, but take that same logic, insert it in other locations, and you'll be surprised how many people don't care if you sleep in your van right outside their establishment. That's 24 hours. You got 24-hour fitness. Like, hey, it's people going in and out. They don't know if you're there, but yeah, I get what you're saying next to that box truck because they do be loud. Okay, just true. You be safe out there now. Talking about I got a load to take to Charleston, Tennessee in the morning too, leaving around ATL around 4:30 a.m. Yeah, you go get you some sleep. Cause you out there, you go get you some sleep. Cause she enjoyed it. They're an hour ahead. It's already 8:46. Get you some sleep. Be safe on that road now, fam. Be safe. Let's see what's going on. Terry leaving, you going somewhere? You better be safe out there, fam. Be safe. Yep. There you go. I see it right there. Got to be good. Got to be in Nashville to set in. Got to beat this Atlanta trying to get some sleep, fam. I want y'all to get some rest. Boy, I love this, y'all. Now, you'd be surprised. We started this months and months and months ago. And the questions was, how do we get started? What are we doing? How do we get this? And now, fam, just every time you look up, all right, gotta go. I'm here. I can't be here Sunday because I'm on the road already. I was sleeping. Fam, y'all out here eating, and I love it. I love it. Vegas, Los. SCJ, yeah. I'm in Vegas, Vegas, LA, San Albuquerque. That's home for me. My family. Yep. Okay, I got you. Let's see. Okay. What's going on, Apex? Yeah, 350 to 550 per month. Hey, I did not know that. That is high. Whew, that is high. Let's see, because I want to make sure I ain't missing nobody because we have a conversation going on. Can a broker choose not to pay because driver didn't communicate? Not late, no delays, just getting there on time. Yeah, they can. Hey, that's the thing with brokers. They can look at that. They already Apex on that grind. Read the rate con. You can have a rate reduction for not tracking and updating. That is correct. So they can, we've had this discussion before when I told y'all about these rate cons. You got to read it because they even put in there about the tow new. Because I remember one tow new I got was 250. So when I first started out, I'm thinking, hey, that's like a going rate. No, some people your tow new is 100. Some people is 150. But they put in there if you don't stick with the tracking. Because I've told y'all times where the tracking stopped working. I take screenshots to show it's not working because it might be in the middle of the night if I'm driving or something, just in case they say something. And there's been times I called a broker once there's over like, hey, this tracker's not updating. Just letting you know. It's communication. We've talked about this. You gotta communicate. If you ain't finna communicate, that's one part of this game. If you're not ready to communicate, and you would think you just finna be quiet and get lows and go make money and not talk to nobody, it might not be for you. Communication is key. But yeah, the brokers can do that, and you don't want to put yourself in situations. I'm an over communicator, so I'm gonna communicate more. Sometimes I'm talking about all the way down to some brokers if they're not tracking me. Even if because it's times brokers don't track you. When I pick up the freight based on the email they sent the rate con to and all that stuff, I will literally take a picture. If I don't have their number, I'll take a picture of the BOL and the load and email it back. Hey, just letting you know I'm loaded and en route. Because you're not finna hit your boy talking about I didn't communicate with you. I'm going to talk to you. Let's see. Yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard different prices. I don't know what their pricing model is. Maybe they just who you catch on the right day, right time. Because like you said, Selected is 5. That you heard 500. I've heard 5. I've heard 6. I've heard somebody paying 150 a month. It's all over the place. So Selectors is crazy. I don't know. I've never done it. I haven't had to pay for it. This is just for me talking to, like we talking now, different drivers that I run into out there. They tell me I hear different ones all the time. Uh, mm, let's see. Hotel means a good night's sleep, clean shower, and breakfast. Can't get that at the truck stop. More refreshed, safer in the long haul. Hey, I'm just saying that's just me. I know everybody's starting out can't do. Paul said if they talking about selectors, fam. I remember I'm putting this up because the fam that's gonna come watch this later ain't gonna see the comments, might not see the comments, so that's why I throw it up there. For Paul saying for 300 to 500 month, that's for fleet or dispatcher. I'm just putting it up there. I don't know these facts, so y'all know better than me. Everything Apex, that's the OG in the game. We got much love and respect for you, fam. Been out there doing it for us. Hey, I learned to watch a lot watching your videos. Yes, Paul, Selectus was intended for fleets, not single units. Selectus used to require a minimum of 10. Man, really? That's crazy. I did not know that. We learning some new stuff. Selectus also used to require 2K down to get on it. Man, yeah. That wouldn't remember the whole video is it worth it? I don't know. I would have had to find another get some lows. I probably would have been a courier company. They ain't had these other low boys, and I only had to do selectors. I don't know. I'm saying that, but I wouldn't have known about the other ones to compare it to. So I probably would have ended up with selectors. So now I can't say that. But now that I got something else compared to right now, I have no need for it. It's not like I haven't had to use it. It's a good thing that I'm eventually gonna have, but like everybody's saying, that's probably when I get more to we talk about some fleet-like status. So that's when it might come in handy. But for me right now, because remember, I told y'all this before. Out of all the lows that's going out there, I just need one a day. I can't drive 4 at one time unless I get something that adds on partial, whatever. But for the most part, I get one a day. I'm good. So when the time comes with fleet, then yeah, I might be looking into that. Let's see. Y'all is over here talking. I just find okay. They talking about selectors. We are on selectors. We run around 15 car seat fleets. Yep, everything. But y'all should expect that nothing less from the OG. He got this. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know it sounds like just get there on time, be safe. Look at it from this perspective. Because fam, we over here, we try to do things, we do things by the book. If something come up, we take accountability, we take responsibility. But you got to think of all the hundreds of thousands of vehicles, not just cargo vans. We're talking about 18-wheelers, box trucks, cargo vans, everything that's running all over this United States. Everybody's got to be honest. It's just, remember I told you we had that video about being logical and delusional. We'll be delusional if we didn't think that it's drivers out there that just are unsafe, don't care about the freight. They drive vehicles that should not be on the road. We'll be a liar to believe they don't damage freight and just out there trying to get money. Just like we know people just to take the lowest rate. We know all these different things. So we have to be using logic to understand that this is why some of these things are in place. Could you imagine, like, we complain about the insurance cap of $1 million. We understand all that. We complain about we can complain about the MC. That's the reason I say don't do all that. Because if they just open it up to everybody and any and everybody can drive, that means there'll be more people out there that'll be more reckless probably. Because think about it. We see people on a regular basis that drive regular cars that can't drive. Can you imagine if we started throwing everybody in box trucks and cargo vans and 18-wheelers? Nah, it got to be some type of regulation behind something. So even though we know we're going to do the right thing, take care of the freight, be responsible, be safe, get it there on time, in good standings with the broker, everybody's not on that level. Like I've told y'all conversations I've had with people that shippers and receivers where it's like they've run across drivers that we could talk about brokers and shippers and receivers, but we cannot be delusional and think that there's no such thing as bad drivers. There just is. Let's keep it 100. It is what it is. But no, let's see. Make sure I ain't missing nobody. What's going on, fam? Angela just got in the video. Hey, fam, watch your informative word all the time. I trust in law above. But what do you all do about safety? Do you carry pew pew or other things across state line? My sons and I need to know. Well, I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for myself. So it depends on my situation, time, and where I'm going. Not always, but sometimes yes. Because I know ahead of time what I'm finna do and where I'm about to go. I don't do it because I rely on something. I do it just like you said for safety reasons, but I don't know how it was. It might be my military background because you can't control you can't control everything. But I'm one of those people. I do my best to not put myself in precarious situations. When I say that, you talk about like say hotels. There's a reason I stayed. Like I've stayed outside in hotels that, depending on the area it was in, I would not go. Like for example, like I use this when I just drove in from El Paso going to Garland. I knew I wasn't going to stay directly in Dallas. I went to college in Dallas. I know certain areas I'm not going to stay in. And I didn't know exactly where the pickup was at, but I saw around the area. And I was like, I'm not going to stay in there. So I stopped ahead of time. It all depends on your situation. Like, believe it or not, and this is it's hard to say because the news has us so wired. It's safer out there than you think, if that makes sense. Like, take the big cities away. Take big cities away. Most of the places we're running to are not major hubs, major cities. Like I told y'all before, I was up in Reno, Nevada. I didn't see anything. Like I've been places, and I'm talking about all the way down to where I didn't even spot like a homeless person. Like there is a homeless issue in America. We know that. But you'll be surprised some of the places we go, they're much safer than you think. I'm from Houston. And so you'll think, oh yeah, crime, crime, crime. But when you've seen so much and been around so much, as you start traveling around, like for example, in the Grant, this is not me saying that there's no issues anywhere. When I was up towards like the Colorados, the Utahs, like I saw less over there than versus when I'm down like in the Floridas and the bottom of the Georgias or over in the Houstons and the Dallas. Like it all depends. So that's what I'm saying. It depends on where you're going, what you're doing. I say just whatever it is you decide, because that's the whole point of this video. Is it worth it? Are you licensed to do what you need to do? Because there is a license out there for you to carry all over the place in most states. So make sure you're ready for whatever comes with that. Because say, for example, you get a load and you're somewhere and then it says you need to go on a military base or a facility that doesn't allow it. Where do you put it at? You see what I'm saying? Like it can go either type of way. I don't know. But it's not really a correct answer. It's no yet wrong or right answer. You have to do what you have to do as best. You have to play it according. Because I remember I told you I've turned down loads. There are some loads I didn't take because of certain situations. So it all depends on what you're willing to do, what you're able to do, and what you're allowed to do. And have to ask yourself, is it worth it? No, Jay, don't get that confused. We're talking about the BOL. It's not that they didn't pay, it's that they will try and take money away from you. It's like, say, if you didn't follow certain rules that they have. That's what that's all about. That's what that conversation was about. What's going on, fam? I remember we talked about this. Wants to know, dive a little deeper into dispatching. Do you target the areas you want to go, or do you take what's available? So it's a little bit of both. So it's not that I take what's available. Say it's in the area, going to an area that I want to go to. If it's going to an area I want to go to, as long as it fits in the van and you pay the price, I'm good. Now, if I have a direct place that I want to go, like say I'm on the road and it's like, say I've been out about 2 weeks. And it's like, it's time to go home. But say I'm in Kentucky. I need to get back to the house. I will find a load that's going to get me back to the house that's in a respectable distance, that if I wanted to say, all right, I'm done, I'm a deadhead from here, I'm going to just deadhead home. Like say I'm in Kentucky and I get a load that gets me all the way down to New Orleans. New Orleans to my house is like 300 miles, like 5 hours. I'm just going to go home if I don't find. I'm going to still look to try to get there, but I'm going to just go home. But don't hold it all the way to that, because I told y'all I'm like the Forrest Gump of this cargo van gang. I can be driving just like Forrest was running. And I get to a point, I'm like, I'm done. I'm just going to go home. It don't matter where I'm at. That's why I said I wouldn't go to the Oregons and the New Yorks, because it has to make logical sense. Like I know LA to to Houston for me is $250 in gas. That makes logical sense because obviously if I've been out that long to say I want to go home, $250, I'm just going to spend it to go home. But normally, if I'm leaving, say I'm in Houston and I'm starting out, just take me to the circle. I'm good. Even if it takes me to the outside of the circle and I can get back. So say, for example, I got a load that might take me to, I don't know, Columbia, South Carolina. I know from Columbia, South Carolina, I can get back to Atlanta to get me back in the circle within a reasonable deadhead distance. And so that's why I say when I'm starting out, as long as it gets me in the circle, keeps me there, and I can run around and play in the circle, I'm fine. If I'm ready to come home, I just start working my way back home. So it's kind of depending on the situation that I'm in right there. Everybody showing love. Appreciate you, Apex. I'm trying to catch back up because y'all is in here talking. So, Angela, veteran web. Angela, on behalf of everybody in the fam, thank you for your service. We appreciate you. That makes more sense why you worried about them sons. I get it. My mama be on me. Apex, when he in Houston, Baytown, and TA. I'm telling you, you could stop a lot of play. You'll be surprised. I keep telling you, it sounds crazy because remember, we're not box trucks and we're not big rigs. Most of us, we fly under the radar. So if you're in a van, most of the time, you're not going to get too much from people because you're not going to be in a position where you're blocking and taking up room and all that. You don't have a loud truck running all night. You're not in people. It's like you'll be surprised at the locations you can stay at and chill and relax and get you some good sleep. Good. That's a great answer. Remember, we was talking about the pew-pews. But yeah, you'll be surprised. Like most of the places you go, but like Apex said, if you got to second guess it, you shouldn't be there. Just go move around, find a better location. But I promise you, it sounds crazy. You'll make more sense when you get to rolling. When you're out there, it is a lot more safe places than you think it is. Don't let the news, and don't get me wrong, it's bad things happening all over the world. Especially in the United States, is bad stuff, big bad cities, bad places, bad areas, whatever word you want to use. But you'll be surprised at the amount of safety. As you start hitting the road, you're going to start seeing some of the things you think you'll be worried about safety. You're going to be places where you're going to be by yourself. It ain't even going to be nobody around it unless you're at a truck stop or something. It's times I've stopped at gas stations looking around. Ain't nobody even here but me and the gas station attendant. And I'm in somewhere like Love's. Like, I promise you, when you get the roof moving, you'll see what I'm talking about. What's going on, Margaret's in that building? Where you been at, fam? I'm talking about everybody. This fam right here. We got a bunch of day one. When I say day ones, I'm talking about when we had like 10 family members. Because y'all know, if y'all didn't know one thing, appreciate everybody for joining the fam. We over 4,000. We over 4,000. I told y'all that in the last video, but this is one of our day ones. Been there since like 10. Hubby and I are looking at getting to the non-emergency medical. Hey, I want you. Hey, matter of fact, I'm gonna do some questions. I'm gonna ask some questions for you and find out. And I'm gonna get back with you because my family and down in Louisiana, because I told you we from both, had a non-emergency medical transportation business. I'm gonna get with them and see if they got some insights, and whatever they give me and can tell me, I'll pass that on to you. Jay is talking about the rooms was only $60. I'm gonna let you answer. You got the answer to that yourself, JC. Think about what you just said. A hotel room is $60. Yeah, you knew what it was. Maybe I missed something. Let me go back up because the reason I'm saying that because Paul asked, "How do you approve a load?" And make sure ain't nobody answered. Maybe are you talking about me? Like if I want to get a load? They said they just provide a driver, but I believe this service company. I'm trying to catch back up. All right, this because we're still talking about the pay and everything from when we were talking about the Raycons and all that, and if the dispatcher takes money or the broker takes money. And everything Apex is telling them, if your pay is based on percentage, you should see the Raycon. If it's based on RPM, no Raycon. But the dispatcher of a carrier or dispatch service has access to the Raycon. So I haven't had that, but the like same thing, everything Apex said, depends on your courier company that you with. Some of them don't show you the Raycon, but that's a good thing. If you're based off percentages, you should see the Raycon. The last gentleman I talked to about that was the pickup that I did at Fort Hood that I was going to Fort Bliss. It was another Sprinter van there. He's been all over the place. He's actually out of Minnesota. Minnesota. And he's based off pay. His pay is 70%. He gets 70% of the load, and he gets to see all the paperwork and everything as well. So that is co-signing everything Apex just said. That is correct. Of course, he knows it. He's the OG in the game. So yes, I have done the Charlotte, North Carolina market. I don't know. When we talking on the video that was about the meet me in the circle, if you notice, Charlotte is right there outside of the circle or right on the circle. It's still the same thing. You can get work out there. You can get it all day long. Just if nothing's shaking, don't feel bad if you want to get back inside that circle. I think it's right on the cusp of that circle, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the market out there is decent too. Like, it's nothing wrong. Like, remember, that circle was just a guide. It's still loads that go outside the circle. It's just the most volume of the work to keep you consistently running is inside of it. Do you recommend taking every load you get if you're just starting out? I don't recommend taking any load if it doesn't go according to your needs. So when I say that, remember we talked about, and I don't know how far back you went in videos, fam, but we talked about like CPM, and we broke down like how to add your COL, cost of living, to that CPM. So for example, if your CPM is 35 cents and your cost of living is broken down to 35 cents, that's 70 cents. So if you take a load that's 60 cents, that means you're working for free, because that load isn't going necessarily, now remember, let me say that first, necessarily pay for the cover of your cost of what you need to take home personally and the business. Now the numbers might look right, but it needs to look right if it's getting you somewhere. Like, say we just was talking about outside the circle, say you're in no man's land, nowhere to go, and you got to get back. Like, it's different variables, but for that, but no, I don't just taking a load just because it's there. Yep, they already telling you, no, it got to make sense for you. That's what I was just getting at. It got to make sense. Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. Hey, I'm just out here doing the same thing y'all all doing. You seen OG Apex been hanging around with us, so we doing all the same thing. We're just glad we able to connect together and do that. Yes, fam. Appreciate y'all too. Look at y'all. So we already had so it's crazy how this conversation was to find out if it was worth it to you. And now y'all get to see it. I'm gonna answer this one last. I would think. Let me see. Let's see. I know you probably answered this previously and I didn't catch it. How did you all get good dispatcher? Everybody, that's Angela's talking to y'all in the chat, fam. Just trying to say hi. Did y'all get dispatchers to give y'all to get y'all some good loads? Angela, if you don't get a bunch of them before we end, I do know I already put up some that we was talking about earlier. I'm trying to scroll back up to see if I can catch you one of them right quick. I know like they've done Brumpy. I know Square Logistics. I've heard of Fox. The one that we was talking about earlier with the fam, that I think he's averaging like $1.20 a mile right now. He's using, where is it at? I just lost it. I'm gonna find it. Fox Care is one of them, yeah. But where's that other one at? Precision something. Maybe y'all already typed it in. Let me see. It was Precision or something. Man, my MC is 3 months old next week, and I have had great luck calling brokers on that. Yep, I told y'all. That's Sean talking. That's another fam. Sean, I know I already commented and told you, but tell your wife I ain't forgot what she told me about them stickers, and I got you covered, fam. Angela, here goes one at ACES. That's one that I don't know all of them, but the other one was Precision something. If I don't find it, go back to the beginning of the live because I put it up on everybody in case I missed it. Because Precision Transport. There you go, Angela. I couldn't remember it. I'm sorry. I couldn't remember the rest of it. Precision Transport. Appreciate you, fam, for throwing that shot out there so Angela can get going. But yeah, fam. Okay, here go. There we go. It just moved on me. Oliver Group Inc. has great dispatchers like Angela. I promise you, fam. Over here, even though you might not see it if we didn't cover it all today, and all the videos, the comments, fam is helping each other. We're gonna do the lives every Sunday at 7 unless something come up. And I promise you, fam, if I unplug again, I'm gonna give you the heads up. We made a new rule. Anybody in the fam unplug, you need to go and tell us so we don't be looking for you. Like just true. I almost had to come out to Georgia and get you. But nah, fam. I got to go out here. Matter of fact, because I told you I had that pool water been out there running. I need to go out there and check it again because this pool bill, I need to get a load just to pay the pool bill. I already told you that. I'm talking about is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it because at the end of the day, it's a family business. It's getting billed and it allows us to go get pool money for my little baby boy number 3, so he can get a pool and more pool money to pay the water bill that we filling this pool up with. But nah, fam, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I know some of y'all already shot up out of here. Before we go, because it's a nugget, Angela, I don't want you to miss it. I know we've been going before I get out of here. Angela, just for you, the kids understanding the difference between a dispatch service and a carrier. I suggest running for a carrier to get the experience. Panther is a good one. They are a part of ArcSpace. You know what feels better when you figure out some researchers when one of the OGs come back in and solidify. Remember, we talk about what to do. We talk about when you're starting out, go ahead and get with a carrier company. Remember, non-exclusive if you can, so your MC can mature. Because exclusive makes you have to run under their insurance. But yeah, we talked about that already. I'm not finna keep dwelling on y'all. Let me get up out of here. I don't have no work yet because I didn't know what this weekend was going to entail for me. Make sure the fan was good before I got back out of there. So yeah, it looks like we're good. So I'm gonna look tomorrow if we get a little low. Either way it go, whenever I find out where I'm gonna go and get a low, I'm always gonna tell y'all always the first to know, baby. We family over here. We got to stick together. So yeah, fam. Hey, it was great talking to y'all once again on another Sunday Live, and I look forward to the next one. But as always, fam, as always, I want y'all to get some rest. Some of y'all already sleeping. Y'all already about to get that bag. But beforehand, oh, look at that. Somebody talking about before we get out of here. But each one of y'all, hold on. Good thing. Let's see. I don't want to forget nothing. Angela, big thing is that each person will fit differently. Find the one that fits you. Always keep looking for a better situation. I like that. That's good. Yep, everybody. Yep. See, yep. Go and get y'all some rest, man. Y'all go ahead and get some rest because some of y'all already got y'all bag. I love that Friday pickup Monday. Y'all already got y'all bag. Some of y'all got your bag scheduled for tomorrow, but some of y'all like me, we got to wake up in the morning and go get a bag. So everybody get some rest. It was great talking to y'all. I want y'all to all be safe out there on that road. Keep each other in y'all prayers. And until the next video, y'all stay blessed. Hold on. How y'all thought we was going right when I about to end the stream. Before we go, can we say a prayer? Hey. Y'all know me, fam. I'm talking about it popped up right when I was finna hit end. And Leon, you know it ain't nothing to it but to do it, especially when you asking for a prayer. So let's go ahead and get us one in. Everybody, close your eyes and bow your head. The Heavenly Father, once again, come to say thank you. Thank you once again to bringing us all together on this another Sunday Live so that we can all network, fellowship, and get to talk to each other, meet each other, that new fam, the day one fam. We ask that you watch over our fam that's already gone to bed, getting ready to go get the work done that they've already started, those that are getting ready to start new work. And we ask that you keep us all safe and in peace and bring us home safe to our family as we get these dangerous highways and byways and go across these roads. Keep us safe mentally, physically, spiritually, and most definitely emotionally so that we may return to our loved ones once again, Jesus. I ask that you help us and keep us and take us all and give us the strength strength that we need to go from day to day until we all meet again. I ask these and many more blessings in your darling son Jesus' name. Amen. Just like that, fam. I told you, I'm never going to leave you hanging. We is fam over here from here to the end. I love y'all, fam. We going to get this thing going. And hey, as always, let's try this one more time. Until the next video, y'all stay blessed.